Hi, it's us.
Oh, what's your name?
Liz Glazer.
And I'm Gilberto Soto. And together we
We're
are
straight.
Oh, we got it good.
Yeah, totally. Okay. Yes, Severance is amazing.
Okay, I haven't seen it yet.
Okay. So, did you want me to tell you why it's amazing?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, it's a psychological thriller
Ooh.
that has like extremely satisfying twists that you really can't believe are coming. It's crazy.
You should write, like, in Blockbuster when you'd go,
Yeah.
and you'd have to choose a movie and you'd go on the back and read descriptions. You would
Yeah.
be a perfect, like, movie
Yeah,
descriptor.
thanks.
What are they called? Like, writer?
Staff.
What?
Well, I just feel like at Blockbuster, they always were like, the staff recommends.
Yeah.
People have made this joke before, but it's like, that teenager behind the counter. I'm really glad to know what he thinks is a good movie. Yeah.
It's kind of like when you ask your waiter, like, oh, what do you recommend?
Right.
Either they
I
pick
have
the most
terrible
expensive
taste in
things or the most
food.
popular
Right,
thing.
right,
you
right,
know?
right,
Or
totally.
I love the people that are like, that happened to me this past weekend. They're like, this is my second day here, but I'm sure it's all good. And I go, that's kind of perfect.
Yeah.
And honest. I
Right.
appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, because if you say it's my second day here, then it's like, so I'm scared to say anything wrong. So
Yeah.
therefore, the next thing that comes out of my mouth is possibly a lie.
Well, exactly.
And definitely just.
And I don't want to hold
yeah.
any accountability.
Right.
What show was I watching where I was at some show, or maybe it was like some psychic reading or something like that. Being
That you received?
No, that I was watching. They're like
Either
they're like,
a show or God spoke to me. I can't remember which
God
one.
does speak to me.
I know,
I'm
same.
the Pope. I did watch
obviously.
Conclave.
Oh,
About
yeah,
God's
right.
leading. Yeah.
Right.
Such
Oh,
clickbait.
that's what that's about?
What?
About God?
Well,
I didn't know.
no, about the priests.
I have no idea what it's
you're
about.
Jewish. I forgot.
No,
so
I'm
much to
just.
learn.
Well, I am. I'm not Jewish. I just said no. You said
yeah.
I'm Jewish, and I was like, no, but I am Jewish, and I didn't. No, I meant
It's about
that.
choosing the new pope.
How I didn't know.
Like when a new pope dies, like all of the master people, I forget what they're called,
Staff.
the staff.
The people who work at Blockbuster also usually
come in.
moonlight at
Everything.
the Vatican.
Well, Child.
There's a Blockbuster in the basement of the Vatican.
Actually, probably be
It'd be
the
a
only
great.
one.
That one would be like, imagine how many people would want to get there. Like,
you imagine?
there's that one Blockbuster that exists, and then there's the
Yeah,
one
but it's
with
like,
like.
to rent Airbnb out or something.
Oh,
like
really?
That. Yeah, it's like,
there's
it's
one
like
with
to rent it
only
out.
Jerry Maguire, which I can't believe exists because do you know Jerry Maguire is my favorite movie?
No,
It's
I've never
really.
seen it.
Oh, really?
Ooh,
Oh,
sorry.
we should watch that because we were also thinking of doing a movie writing class together
via
masterclass, which I do have for free. Thank you. Well, I'll say his name. I mean, Mike Lee.
Thank you, Mike Lee.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Yeah.
But he and also Zarna Garg, who gave me so here's an awkward thing. Sorry, I don't mean to
No,
cut you off
I
for
love
this,
it.
but I am so grateful to two people.
Okay.
Mike Lee. So what happened was I tried to get Masterclass on sale when it was like in the
I remember
holiday.
this.
Right.
Yeah.
I signed up, or I tried to sign up, and it was one day past the really good deal. And then I'm like, wait, last night I was advertised like a really good deal. Like I think it was like half off or something like that. So, but I was like, but now the deal's over. What am I going to do? And I was like, oh God. And then I was like, well, maybe if I share a subscription with someone, then I'll effectively get the good deal because I'll get 50% off.
course.
So I make an Instagram story saying, does anyone want to split Masterclass? And that's what you remember.
Yeah.
I get a DM from Mike Lee, who's a fantastic comedian, nurse, and person.
We love a nurse.
Right? No, he's amazing. He's really great as a guy and as a comic. And I really, really like him. So he's like, hey, I have a lot. Maybe I shouldn't be saying this. Like, I'll ask him. I'll ask him if it's okay.
Okay.
So, but
we can bleep it out.
don't. It's like when we say who books a show, like don't hit up the booker. Like don't hit up Mike Lee for like free
They
masterclass.
do that, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that's why you're so
that's not what I meant.
afraid.
Can I tell you? I once told someone who booked something that I'm in a group chat with that person, and then they're like telling the whole group chat. I'm like, what?
Or they reach out to the booker and be like, oh my God, Liz.
The whole group chat is then reaching out to the booker, and I'm like, in what world? I side chatted you to tell you who the booker is. I figured you would understand not to have the entire group then be messaging that person. Anyway, okay. So don't bother Mike.
Please.
He's a nurse, for God's sake.
He's already
he's busy,
doing the Lord's work.
Right? Okay. He's the Pope. The new Pope. That's the end of Conclave that I didn't see. Okay. Spoilers. Okay. I'm on one today. So, okay. Then.
I love it.
I love you.
Yeah.
Okay. So, bring me back if you don't mind.
Oh, masterclass.
Okay. So Mike Lee is like, you can have my login. I have an extra device on the account. Okay. So then you should take them up on it, because what I was going to say is if you don't, we have to watch it together, because it's just one device. But yeah, so
I'll reach out to my friend.
Okay, thank you. Okay. So, and you should do the same.
This is us just coordinating
how we're going to watch the classes. So, okay. So then Zarna, who's like, I mean, I am friends with Zarna, and she is extremely famous at this point. Like, she's amazing and famous and, whatever. Anyway, she's like, hey, I can send you, and also don't hit up her. I can send you a code for a free one.
Oh.
And she's like, basically the Pope.
That is powers.
Okay. So then her assistant messages me with this code. Okay. Okay, so I'm like, okay. So, but then it's like, I'm not going to tell Mike, like, hey, sorry. Because also I had already logged in with Mike.
Oh, got it.
Okay, so I was like, okay, well, and then Zarna was like, yeah. I was like, thank you so much. And then, whatever. And then I'm trying to log in with the Zarna login on my phone, and it ends up charging me. But because of something I did wrong with the account, because I think I had an account and then I said I was trying to redeem a gift, but somehow it was like, but you have an account. And I'm like, but the gift.
Yeah.
And anyway, and then I never like made that. I'm not signed on through my free thing with her. But she was like, if you end up watching a certain class, would you mind like posting about it? Which I think is a totally fair thing. Yeah. And I haven't yet watched that class.
Is that the one we're talking about?
Well, it's one of them, because I think, and so also like, in the comments, please feel free, if you believe that a masterclass that would specifically be great for writing a movie, I would be interested.
Or in general, now that you watch this, what we need to take.
That's true. But
it's like how to stay on topic.
You need to know how to. That's a great one. Yeah, I need that one. But anyway, so by the way, somebody told me a really good nugget on staying on topic. Okay, I can't. Well, so then because like there may be movie writing ones, but there's also like people are like, oh, the David Sedaris one is just amazing for story. Oh. And it's like, is story the most important part of the movie? Yeah, just ask the writers of Conclave, right? Like,
what a boring story. I will say this ending was literally, like, it was kind of like
every Oscars. I'm like, okay, what names are the things?
Nora, though. I mean, just
I didn't even watch it.
I loved it.
Yeah. I'm sure I'll love it. Yeah. I'm sure I will. And then Ivy is in it. Ivy, she is a comedian.
Oh, she is?
Yeah, she's in it. She's in that movie.
What? I have to go back and look at this. Okay.
Yeah. Who hosts that show with Nick?
Yeah.
You know her?
Yeah.
Okay. So she's in that movie.
Okay.
But I'm like really bad with the Oscars. Like that conversation, because we were at we were at two different comedy clubs, and I feel like the conversations were just about the Oscars, and I was like, I literally have no idea. Well, yeah, it was.
And then I went home and I watched it. And
you
then
did?
Hulu ended like, they're like, and the best actress is, and then Hulu cut. And I go, what?
Oh, right.
Oh. And so then I had to look
People hate women.
People hate women.
Yeah.
People hate best
Especially
actress
Hulu.
Women. Especially Hulu.
I'm just kidding.
It's like, what the hell? Anyways.
So, okay, it should be called Hulu. So, that's a terrible joke. Technically, it is a joke. Technically a joke. There. So I'll insult myself with that. Okay. But wait. So anyway, the point being, like, I feel so much guilt. First of all, I have to watch that class and post about it.
Okay.
So that's Mindy Kaling's. I have to watch Mindy Kaling's class, which I will, and I'm sure it's amazing, and then I'll post about it.
Yeah,
right?
Sitcom or writing or whatever.
Yeah. So I think the answer to like the movie one is like there's probably a few different master classes, but I'm interested
who's the true master?
Well, but it's
We'll
are
find
they
out.
necessarily a great teacher?
Yeah.
That's the question too.
True.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Okay.
who's a great master teacher.
Right. And it's
Because
like
I did watch like the Christina Aguilera clip where she's like, oh, nah. And I go,
Yeah.
girl, start at the basics.
Exactly.
You're like
Yeah.
teaching people who don't know anything.
I know.
She's
do you
like,
know? Do you know that I taught on Saturday?
What'd you teach?
I taught a class on Zoom for West Side Comedy Club.
How to do comedy.
How to get booked.
How to get booked.
And it was so interesting because
Apparently you already told your friend who told other people.
Oh yeah, right.
they
Well, yeah, but it was like really. All I'm saying, I happen to be a very good teacher.
Yeah, I know.
And I
you
don't.
are.
I
You're a bad
honestly,
teacher.
here's the reason that like that's a brag, but I don't even care. Is
Okay.
because I literally like barely want to do that.
Well, yeah, that's probably why you're a good teacher.
Right, but also it's like I know that I can be a very. I'm not gonna say like 100% of the time. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying like the class I taught went very well, and then I had like a couple of people reach out and the club being like, "Hey, do you want to do more?" And I was like, kind of, but it's like an interesting position because I'm like, I will, I guess.
Yeah.
But like. Only if it makes sense.
Yeah,
and
I get
You know
that.
what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
an interesting thing because I don't always feel like I'm on that end of a bargaining
I get
situation.
that, but you are today, so you
Well,
have to take
yeah,
advantage of it.
and like somebody was like, "Hey, can you coach me?" And I was like, I said, and I'm gonna talk just straight cash
Please.
facts. I
Oof.
said I will coach you
love
for
cash facts.
$150 an hour, which is that steep? Yeah, but also
You're worth it.
I no, but
This
I
is-
don't
what-
want to
what-
do it.
What is this, Maybelline? You're worth it.
Ha, thank you.
worth
But
it.
it was interesting because
You
then,
don't want to do. They're gonna be watching this, being like, "Oh, I said yes."
I said that. No, I 100%. I said it in the email.
Yeah.
Because like I love transparency in this way. Because I was like, here is the unfortunate reality. Is
Yeah.
because then they were like, well, that's a little bit more than I thought. And I was like, totally. And I said, I'll watch your tape for free. And I'll give you feedback on your tape. Now, if you're watching this and you're like, will you watch?
Don't.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. I probably will. Okay. But I said, I'll watch your tape for free. I'm happy to give you whatever
Yeah.
feedback quickly.
Yeah.
But the unfortunate reality is
Then
that
send you a half an hour.
yeah, I've done that for people for free before. Somebody literally sent me a half an hour tape. I am not making this up.
That you need to pay for that.
I mean,
I'm about to ask somebody to watch my half hour and pay for it.
my God.
Wait, but that's really nice to do
Sure,
that.
I guess. But then I was like, but I don't want really, it's not a core part of my business. And so
I also think
yeah.
like to get booked,
Yeah.
just be funny.
Well,
I
sure.
don't know how to say
I
that
didn't.
nicely.
Yes, 100%. And I was worried initially. I was like, "Am I going to have like enough to say?" Here's the thing. I think how to
I don't
get
think
booked.
I've ever not been like, does Liz have enough to say on
I
this?
know, it's so
I like it. No, I
embarrassing.
like it.
Wait, so
Tell me.
Also, like, how was your week?
Oh.
You literally got married, and she will not shut up. Like I won't.
No, I'm.
It's
You know what?
So
Can I be,
your wedding was amazing.
no, I will say this.
Yeah.
It's actually a breath of fresh air to have somebody just.
Okay.
Because, on a wedding, if you've ever have been fortunate to be in love or maybe never will, so you don't ever have to experience this,
Mm-hmm.
it's a good thing for you. It's like you have to be on.
Like the Pope.
Like the Pope. He'll
Yeah.
never,
Maybe. Right.
All the attention's on you.
Yeah.
For a whole couple days.
You
which is fine.
took it so good.
But it's a lot. It's a lot. And so,
Yeah.
like, when I just get to be in space now, and I'm sure next week will be different, but now and somebody else can take over. Oh, thank you.
Really?
Thank you. Because
Okay.
it's all about, like,
Yeah.
just, I have to be, how's
How
everybody?
was
How's everything?
it? Right.
Which is
right.
good. And in
Yes.
the moment you want to, but then you get
Totally.
a little, like, Bob and I
Yeah.
afterwards, we went to Palm Springs.
Right.
And we were just, like, relaxing and
That's
whatever.
nice.
And that was... Yeah, there's really nice. We went to a place in Palm Springs. It's called the Parker. The Parker. It's like
Okay.
a really fancy
Is it
upscale hotel.
On that street with the design stores?
No. It's like kind
Okay.
of off because it's like
Up.
well, it's not up, but it's like
Okay.
you have to go in
Around.
somewhere. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's not on the main strip.
Did you go to dinner like on the main place?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We went to dinner, but there's fancy ass hotel. It was
Yeah.
nice. It was cute. It was
Are
like
you impressed that I know it?
yeah.
Oh.
Well, I would expect.
Oh, really?
Wait,
okay.
Palm Springs.
Yeah.
It's a little.
Okay, fine.
Well, a couple of things happened. So the Parker, it was very upscale and very nice and
Sure.
stuff like that. And then I realized I don't want to be around these people.
Oh.
It was too annoying.
Gays?
It was, no, it was
Oh.
just like rich white people.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Yeah.
And at one point, there was this guy that was explaining to these women about how Kendrick's performance wasn't mainstream enough, and I was just like, no one cares what you think. Shut up.
Right.
Your voice is echoing. I'm trying to be by the pool right now.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want. And then like some other guy was sitting down next to me, and the server comes up to him and says, "Can I get you anything?" He goes, "Yeah, I want some nasty ass drink." And then the guy asked him, he's like, "Oh, what room are you in?" And he goes, he gives him a number, like let's say 82, and he goes, "Okay, is that South or North Tower?" And the guy he goes, "I don't know."
Right.
Which I mean, just like.
Yeah.
Can you point in a direction?
Sure.
Or, like,
sure. Yeah.
Shut up.
That's like wanting to be annoyed. Yeah.
And so,
Totally.
thank God I was vocal enough to Bob, and I was just like, I can't do this. And he looks at me, he's like, I can't do it either.
Great.
I go, oh my God, you've changed, which I love.
Yes.
So then we went to the casino at night.
Oh, fun.
Which we blew not a lot of money, but like we blew like $280, which is a lot of money for us.
Yeah.
And in general for like an hour of entertainment.
Yeah.
And I was next to these three, I hate to say it, white ladies. I keep saying that word.
Sure.
And they were from like Ohio and stuff like that, or Iowa, I think it was. And I just looked at him like, you know what I mean? Because they're being loud, obnoxious, drunk.
Right.
And then Bob came over because I was playing blackjack, losing. And then he was like over me, and then he gave me a little kiss. And the woman turned to me, she goes, "Are you guys from here?" And I go, "No, I'm not from here." She goes, "Oh," she goes, "Where are you guys from? New York?" She goes, "Oh, I love New York." And then she starts crying.
What?
Being like, I don't know what's happening to our world right now. I feel such in a hopeless place.
Oh my
and I
God.
Go, oh, okay. And I was like, where do you live? She goes, oh, I'm in Iowa. She was in Iowa. She goes, and I go, oh, how's Iowa? She goes, it's really bad right now and everything is happening. I go, okay. And she's like, because I'm a civil rights attorney. And I go, oh, I misjudged you.
Yeah.
I already misjudged you.
Sure.
That's on me. And she goes, and I'm really trying to protect you guys and do everything. And I was like,
God.
how do you know I'm not Republican?
Right.
Like, that's a pretty big, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then I'm over here, like, she was like, crying. She goes, oh my God, like everything's so bad, whatever. And then I realized that then I'm consoling her at this point, which it should be about me.
My God.
And I go, well, keep up the fight. And she goes, I will. And I go, how did this turn into her now?
Yeah. Well, this is I think that's a good seed for something on stage because that's such the moment that you are gay and also Mexican. And so, like, the idea that this lady is like, whatever, crying her eyes out at you. It's like,
and
that's what's
wrong. I have
wrong.
to console her.
Right. That's what's wrong with the country.
I'm, like, I'm just trying to lose money in peace. Like, let me just
That's great.
lose money.
I'm excited for you.
I'm over here being like 8 + 7 + 2. Should I call or should I? And literally, that's what she looks at.
Right. Then you'd actually need a Republican to let you know how to bet. Somebody knows how to count cards, and it's not a Democrat. I'm just saying.
I mean,
the wedding was great.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
A lot happened. I feel like we need to talk about it because together we're going to talk about wedding lessons, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, right?
Yeah.
I will say this. So Liz's brother and his wife were originally invited. I had a couple dropouts.
Right.
Happens last day.
Right. So they were originally not guests that then became guests.
But can I say?
Please.
Why?
Yes.
So we had little drinks or whatever right before.
Yeah.
And then
so nice.
Yes. And, and your brother was there, and I think that was the first day I met him.
Yeah.
I mean, I've met him, but like in that thing.
Right.
And his energy.
Yeah. It's great.
It's just.
Yeah.
It's just, if you could ever be around his energy, you feel so lucky. I want to send him this clip.
Totally.
And so when people like dropped out last minute, again, whatever happens, and we're good.
Yeah.
I was sitting on my bed, and I go, oh my God, it feel weird, but I kind of want to invite your brother.
Well, thank you.
And his wife.
Right. Yes.
And so when I did it, I was like, I hope they're not offended, but I would like them there if they could because of the energy. And when you said yes, it made my heart feel so good.
That's
and
so
then,
nice.
can I say,
please,
perfect wedding guests.
Oh, yeah, they really are.
I mean,
better than me.
I don't know how they were already dressed up to go to a wedding, but they were. I'm like, wait, I think
with coordinated outfits.
His wife even goes, oh, because I was like, I love your dress. It's really comfortable. Yeah. She goes, I love wearing this to gay weddings. And I go, how did you just have it back?
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Which is so funny. But I just still remember him dancing on the dance floor, just like moving, like taking up space, but in the most beautiful way.
Great. Yes,
because then you want to dance too.
Totally.
And so
Yeah.
It was just great.
Yeah, thank you on behalf of my family. And yes, he has wonderful energy. Like he is so fun and boisterous and funny and whatever. And also Darlinda, his wife, who's amazing. Like they're great. And they're really like, they could be like hired wedding guests. Like in the same way.
No joke?
Yeah.
Yes.
I know. So
No joke, yes.
that worked out really good.
Yeah.
But lessons.
Okay. You had a lot of lessons. I have a lot of lessons.
So I feel like in the same way that one's stand-up set can be like a door opening to, getting to know a person.
Yeah.
I think someone's wedding can also be that.
No, you have
like
different
where
people in different
it's
parts
like
of your lives.
right. And what I thought, the way that I was like talking about your wedding to like, I think I was on the phone with Mike Kaplan and I was like saying, I was like, the thing that was so beautiful and amazing about it, in addition to like it just being like also a fun, beautiful wedding, which it was, and like the best weather. I mean, you couldn't have gotten a better day. Like everything about that was like on point of, and the things that you did control, like you. I mean, you know how to plan a party, and it was great. It was really great.
Oh, thanks.
So all of that, and that you are like I would say, in my perception, the things that really are core to your communities are this like gay boy Chelsea, like we go
Chelsea.
out, we are at the gym, like and that I love that. Like that's like I watched the original Queer as Folk. Like I loved looking. Like that's like, all of that is like everything I love. And I feel like you have that in your life. Like those are really important friendships and relationships to both you and Bob.
Yeah.
And so there was that, right? And then your deeply religious Mexican family.
Ooh, yes.
And those are not communities that like play together well in the same sandbox, I would say, in most situations.
Yeah, that went through my head a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
But the challenge of the event and the day was to integrate those because they're integrated in
That's
you.
really beautiful.
Oh, well, that's how I thought of it.
Yeah.
And so because Karen got sick,
Yeah.
she had strep, like it was a whole thing.
bad.
Yeah. And she's like thankfully getting better. I mean, yeah, whatever. So anyway, so she couldn't come. So I had the task of reporting about the wedding to her and to Eloise, who had a lot of questions.
Oh, she's like, 2 men?
Yeah, in her family, only 2 women can marry each other. We're traditional. So that's Karen's joke. But anyway, so I was like reporting about it to her. Yeah. And that was, I feel like because I knew I needed to, like right away, because I knew she wasn't there and sick, I was like taking notes in that way about it too. And that was really what struck me. In addition to, it was like the food was great and it was fun and, all that like great stuff that's like wedding stuff. But also this like core spiritual community piece was so heavily represented. I loved it. And I also just thought I guess it's not stage presence, but like, it's not a chuppah because you're not Jewish, but like, sure, your chuppah presence, we'll call it that, was so gorgeous because you were able to like hold all of the traditions of both your gay brethren as well as your family. Yeah. And I mean, first of all, I have clips for you. Oh. To share. We'll airdrop them after. Okay. So I have your brother's, I think, whole speech.
Oh, that's kind.
Well, yeah, but also I was like, oh, this is stuff. Like whatever, because he's great. Yeah. Jose, yeah.
I may clip it in.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Well, what I want to say, so wedding lessons. Okay, so wait, there was the Jose's. That what?
It's making me think about so many things.
What is it making you think of?
It's just, so one, it's making me think like, so So I think the wedding and whatever, and also I have to shout out to Bob and how he did this thing. It's like it's true. It's like who you are, right?
Yes.
And so being Mexican, I think we talked about this. It was something I was deeply ashamed about for the longest time, and it was just something I felt now so like proud of. And so when I have a wedding, I kind of want it to be a little bit Mexican, right?
Yeah.
I want to have the mariachi,
Right.
I want to have the piñata.
They were great.
I want to have like the candy table,
Yeah.
like I want to have like little like things to like just give nods to the culture, but also too I want it to be gay because it is gay. And I like in my speech back to my family, I did tell them like, thank you so much. I know it's different to be Mexican and be gay. It's something you haven't seen before, but and I said it in Spanish. I was like, but accepting me and loving me has been a great like honor for me.
Yeah,
that's still all like because if you think
I have that too, by the way.
Because if you think about it, like there's some my family will probably never because people would come up to me and like, oh my god, this is my first gay wedding. I'm like, it's my first gay wedding too. Right. Yeah. And then I thought about it, I was like, for my family, it's probably gonna be their only gay wedding for a lot of them. Like, how many other gay people do they really know? Yeah. And I think they took it in stride.
Yes.
My grandma kind of forgot about it because, you know, she has a little bit of dementia.
Okay.
Right. So she forgets things.
Just enough.
Just enough. Yeah. So she comes into the resort on that Monday and she goes, and she looks up, she goes, oh my God, you're here. Ha! And I go, yeah, I'm here. She goes, fantastic. I can't believe we're in the same place. She doesn't see me. And I go, yeah. So we sit her down, whatever. And I was like, Grandma, you know, you're here.
And then she's like, do you have a girlfriend?
No, well, I go, do you know you're here for my wedding? And she goes, is that right?
Wow.
And I go, yeah. She goes, well, where's the bride?
Wow.
And I go,
she's right here.
I go, you're looking at her.
Right. Yeah.
And I go, remember with Bob, we're getting married. And she turns to my mom. She goes, well, I guess I'm going to see things I've never seen before. Oh, my goodness. She goes, well, where are you getting married at? I'm like, here. She goes, not at the church. I was like, they don't let me.
Right.
And she goes, okay.
Wow.
She was the flower girl.
It was amazing. But yeah, but your ability to hold people like that in your life and to understand their humor.
You have to.
I think so.
Yeah.
Well,
it's all love at the end of the day.
I mean, I'm going to be my therapist for a moment. Ooh. In the thing that I love about, obviously the list really goes on, about my therapist is like how she will pause in order to remind me like how far I've come, or like that something I'm doing is actually like more work than I'm allowing myself to believe it is. My
therapist literally told me that today.
Really?
Like 100%.
Oh, great. So, but that's what I think is like when you say you have to about the humor, yes, I get it, but it's work to do that because like, I mean, I know that it wasn't always that. And there definitely is a way of like, you know, your grandma saying that and you turning into the white lady at the casino. Yeah. Right? Yeah. And crying about it. Yeah. And it's like, you know, at some point, I think like people's, and this actually goes back to the lesson that I learned from Jose that he reflected back to you. So Jose was talking about how amazing you are and what a great brother you've been to him. And that there was a time, he said, when like stuff was hard in his life and he was getting phone calls from everybody in your family and they were basically lecturing him. And then he gets a phone call from you and you don't. And, you know, what you said to him is that it's not about what happened. It's about your reaction to it, how you react to what happened. And I thought that was a great lesson in general. I thought it was really sweet and moving how he brought it up to you in that moment and also allowed us as guests, because I mean, you know, I love a lesson. I was like, oh, I love knowing that. But also I think that it's apropos to this moment, which is like, it's a good word. Which is like to your grandma, right? Yeah. You could take that moment of her like, what? She doesn't even remember my wedding, and then she thinks I'm straight and like whatever, and she's saying
she has
all
no gaydar,
right? Exactly, and like not think it's funny. Yeah, but it's how you react,
because you have to think about who they are.
Yes,
and how they grew up, right? We talked about this. Like, I don't know how I don't like comparing generations. I kind of do sometimes. Right. But like, something I've learned, you just have to understand the people like. their upbringing and everything like that when they respond to something.
I think
you
so.
can't your expectation of someone is just vastly different than who they are.
Yeah.
Understanding who they are and how
then
they
it's
brought
like,
up.
okay, this is your stuff. Fine.
It's like that's
Right.
So in that sense, it's good. I did one funny thing was Bob, because the thing is like, so as we've talked about, I still like two gay people, whatever, or two guys, whatever.
Yeah.
I still think there's a lot of gender norms in my relationship.
Oh yeah, same.
I mean, there's definitely guy and a woman.
Yeah, totally.
So Bob was like throughout the whole like wedding thing, he's like, well, I want you to do this, and I'm like, stop treating me like the bride, babe. Like you can't do that. Like we're two men.
Yeah.
But I secretly want to. But stop treating me like that. So he was trying
Right.
to find line. He's like, you know what I thought was so funny? Bob went in first, and then like I went in second. I was also wearing white. He's like, as soon as you came in and started walking down the aisle, everybody just stood up.
But can I say, I stood for Bob. My sister-in-law stood for Bob.
See, that's respectful. But everybody else sat down. And
They
so
did.
I got up.
Well, my sister,
even my grandma stood for Bob. I mean, for me. And I just go.
Right. That's really funny. And I do
funny.
think that's really funny for stand-up, by the way.
Really? It's it was just so fun. Even I remember when that happened, I'll go, oh.
But we did stand. So I think Vic also stood for Bob, if I'm not incorrect. But like Darlinda and I, that's my sister-in-law, who's an amazing burlesque performer.
Yes.
Follow Darlinda. She looked at me and she's like, "Are we supposed to stand?" And we kind of like looked at each other, like,
because you don't know, right? It's
right.
everyone's first gay wedding.
But
they only know tradition.
I was just like, "We're standing. We're standing.
I like
We're
that.
gonna be standing."
Thank you.
Yeah, duh,
Thank you.
of course. You're welcome, Bob. Yeah.
But that was a sweet lesson. The other lesson that was taught is, and this is just my own personal thing. If you have a wedding, if you have a wedding and it's boring, you're gonna get divorced. It's just true.
Sure.
If you have a wedding and it's not the best time ever,
Sure.
you're gonna get divorced. And the reason why I think that is because the guests main responsibility is two things. One is to have an amazing time.
Sure.
Like all you need to do is have an amazing time.
Right.
And number two is talk shit behind your back later. Like after that, like you please tell me everything I did wrong, but I don't want to know about it. Tell your friend.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
But like if you're gonna have an amazing time, you're going in with that energy, you're gonna feed off, you're gonna display the energy you think the couple deserves.
Oh yeah.
And you're gonna do it based off of how much I think you believe in their love and their like compatibility.
Right.
If you think that their love is so like amazing and they're the ones, you're gonna be so excited because everyone loves love. You're gonna be so excited.
Right.
So you're gonna display that everywhere. That's why I think I had such a great time, because everybody was having a great time. I think I sat down for maybe 4 minutes after I started dancing. Like it was just dancing.
You're such a cute dancer.
Oh my God. I was just like, I was skipping at one point. I think
it's so cute.
Everyone was like, why is he skipping?
It's great.
And so like, if you have a boring wedding, which I think is kind of impossible to do at a wedding, but if it is, like, I don't think you're meant to last.
Right.
That's just my hot take.
Sure.
I don't know. Have you been to boring weddings?
Probably.
I have.
Yeah.
And I think
I'm like trying to remember them, but
true.
Yeah, totally.
Right?
Yeah, I honestly though, I'm trying to, I don't believe, pretty sure about this.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever been to a wedding and the people are divorced.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow, you're good luck charm. Let me be the first.
No, I mean, I think that's accurate.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Pretty sure.
Well, actually, now that I think about it, I don't know anybody that's been divorced yet.
Okay.
But I'm waiting.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
I'm waiting.
Okay.
Yeah, there's some people I'm like, okay,
got it.
you're still young.
Right. Sure.
Let's get it together.
Yeah. Totally.
But I do. I just think if you have a boring wedding, you probably have a boring marriage. Probably. Anyways, I'm like really judging you.
Yeah.
A lot
Sure.
on this one.
Yeah.
And the other lesson, I've kind of known this before, but like how I knew my wedding was gay is that because Bob and I both got to speak. Bob and I got each to pick 3 people to speak, because you don't want to hear a lot of speeches either.
Right.
Like, let's get it together.
Yeah.
So all the people he chose to speak were his exes.
That was amazing. And the other lesson is from, was it Harry?
Yes.
Okay, so
yes.
he had a good one. And I think Karen told me that it comes from Esther Perel. And we site checked Harry. But I think somebody said it to him at his wedding or something. He said,
like that.
and but that marriage is not 50-50. Marriage is 100-100, where you each have to be 100%. And that really hit for me because we were traveling with a toddler in another country while Karen had strep. So we both were 100 of what we could be. Yeah. I mean, traveling with a toddler.
What you could be is actually a really good point. Can I just say?
Yes.
Because so sometimes Bob and I are like, we have a tough day.
Sure.
Right. And we both do.
Yeah.
And we look at each other. We learned it from Brené Brown.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes white women are good. This one, Brené, like, really taught me a lot in my relationship.
Totally.
As you know.
Yeah.
And we go up to each other and we're like, what are you at?
Yeah.
And he goes, I'm at 10%. And I go, I'm at 30.
And I love that you say it like Brené Brown.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Like,
that's
I'm at 30. It's like you could just be.
Wait, that's how she says it. That's how she says it. That's
with like a slight twang. Yeah. She's Brené Brown.
She says that. That's so.
To Steve, right? Steve is her guy, the swimmer.
That's so funny because that's what she said. The swimmer. Oh my God. Oh, so we watched the same thing.
Yeah.
But when you said 100% of what we could be, that's all I can give. I'm willing to give you all of that.
Right.
So it's not theoretically I'm going to give you 100 if I don't have 100.
Totally.
But if I have 30, I'm going to give you all of that 30.
Yeah. 100%.
So I'm just like so in love.
Yeah. So that was a really great lesson too.
Yeah.
That was my
because you both
point.
did have to be 100. I mean, you had to be on too. You were like the foundation of your family.
I think it just was a lot that happened because my mom fell, and thankfully my brother and my sister-in-law. She seems to be. She has a plan going forward, and like we. You know, it seems, she's okay, thank God. And she'll need to have help, which like we've gotten that in place, thankfully. And my sister-in-law was hugely helpful, as was my brother, in like figuring that out. And then, you know, like I did some stuff too at home, and what do you call it? So that seems okay, but basically it was just like a lot because that was happening over in their camp, and then Karen was sick in our camp, and Eloise is a toddler. I think the reason that traveling, she's so cute, and I have to show you the video because when she meets Gilberto, she goes like this, like to have her.
See it. Well, I really wanted to hold her, but at the same time, you know,
but she doesn't do that to everybody, so it was really cute. But I have it on tape. So anyway,
energy.
But
she's like, I heard the bride.
I know she loves women. So anyway, she I think traveling with a toddler is so hard because they're a specific kind of dependent where she's so dependent because of her strong desire to be independent. Does that make sense?
Kind of.
Because she wants to do everything herself, but she can't because it's like there's a pool.
Yeah.
And, you know, unfamiliar territory and all this stuff. So it was just a lot.
Yeah.
Anyway, but the night that we ended up, because that night with the last dinner.
Yes.
It was like,
oh my God, yeah,
the hardest restaurant to get in. You negotiated.
I had
such
to.
a good. Well, but it was so funny because we like didn't have a reservation at this hotel restaurant that was like the hardest to get a reservation.
Apparently.
They have like 2 tables, and then they finally are like, well, we can get all of you in, but you're gonna have to do the entire menu. So it's like, listen. You can come, but unfortunately, it's going to be amazing. And so it ended up being this like very like fun dinner where we ate everything because you negotiated that. But at some point, we weren't even sure we were going to eat.
Yeah, that was a lot.
Yeah, so that was like a cool way to have it.
My last like little
lesson
that I had was, so one of the reasons we chose Puerto Vallarta was because it was Mexican, right? So my family could come, and like they live in Mexico and they can travel within it, and then it's also white enough for Bob's family.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, they're from like West Virginia,
right?
And I forgot where else, some other state.
Sure.
And so it was comfortable. I should say. It was known. It was comfortable. A lot of tourism and stuff like
that. Beautiful hotel.
Great. I mean, we'd been there before and stuff like that.
Right.
And like, one lesson I learned is that we had like a lot of cultural things like mariachi and stuff like that. So we started dancing to the mariachi. I think it let them realize, oh, this is a cultural experience.
Oh, right.
And they were bought in. They were like, we get a wedding and a Broadway play. Like, I'm in.
That's great.
I'm in.
Yeah.
And so I thought that was like really like nice. And they kind of leaned into it, which I thought was really cool.
Right.
And
it's
it
like
just
an
added on.
excursion.
It was like an excursion. Yeah, and it added
hotel.
on. At one point, his really close, like his aunt came up to me, or sorry, cousin, and was like, can you introduce me to your family?
Okay.
I thought it was really nice.
Yeah.
I thought that was really nice.
Yeah.
And I just go like, yeah, absolutely. And so just like kind of like mending both families together in that sense is like a high for people.
Yeah.
They're like, oh my God, and she speaks Spanish?
Right.
My mom.
Can I touch her?
Yeah. Hola.
It was really beautiful. And also, did I send you your dance with your mom?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Because I have like a lot of footage.
Okay.
And so I'm gonna send it to you.
We should drop it now then.
Yeah.
I want to.
I'm gonna do that.
But thank you. I should say, this is just a love letter to Liz. I mean, everybody that I wanted there and that could make it and that was present, like it just means the absolute world. You're just such I'm like in such a grateful place right now.
Yeah.
Like, really.
Yeah.
And so like you coming and bringing your family, which is a lot.
Yeah.
And making it's still a sacrifice. It's costly. It's transportation. It's logistics.
Sure.
Just to spend that time with me.
Oh yeah, of course. Well, it was great.
Yeah.
I mean, it was fantastic, and I love you.
I love you. And I love you. Bye.
Bye. That was great.
Oh,
thank you.
This is a journey.
It is.
This is a big journey, but thank you for watching
and listening to
Together We're Straight. Don't forget to subscribe and share and like with everybody. Comment.
Leave a 5-star review.
Please.
Send a gift certificate.
We should drop our Venmos.
Oh my God. Yeah, sure. At Liz-Glazer.
And at Gilberto S.
Okay. I'll take money. You want to send me money? You think I'm going to say no? No. Thank you.
Thank you
for the money.